Hi everybody, welcome back. The next case in this series takes us back to Indianapolis and the death of 20-year-old Melissa Runnels. Melissa's body was found in the 1100 block of Warman Avenue on the 15th of June 2018. A neighbor called 911 to report a garage fire, but instead of a garage fire, firemen found a body burning in the backyard behind this vacant home. Melissa's body was so badly burned that authorities could initially not determine whether the victim was male or female. The front door of the vacant home had to be broken down after police obtained a warrant to search the property, but nothing specific or of any significance was indeed found inside the home. In the meantime, the coroner found that the victim was shot before she was set alight, and her death was ruled a homicide. To date, no arrests have been made. A neighbor told police that the home had been empty for about a year and a half. Melissa's mother told a news station that shortly before her death, Melissa had started hanging out with a bit of a rough crowd. Melissa was, however, a beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl with a bright future as a medical assistant. Melissa spoke to her mother at about 10:24 the Wednesday night before her death. It appeared that she had a cold, as she asked her mother what she could put on her nose, because she was blowing it so much that it was raw. No one seemed to know what or who could have drawn Melissa to the area she was found in. Of course, she could have been shot elsewhere and her body dumped and set alight behind the vacant home, but due to the state of her body, it was hard to determine whether that indeed happened. But what is known is that the call was made to authorities at about 1 a.m. and her body found shortly after. The day of her death, Melissa told her family and friends that she planned to attend a party. However, Melissa's friend received a text from her that night saying, "I'm going to die. I love you girls so much." And that text was the last anyone heard from her. Despite her mother's suspicions that Melissa was hanging out with a rough or bad group for a while before her death, Melissa was educated, a college and high school graduate, and was about to turn 21. Melissa's purse and ID are still missing, and her family wanted everyone to know that although she was naturally blonde, she had dyed her hair red shortly before her demise, and she was also known to wear glasses. The coroner had also determined that Melissa may have been killed as early as 8:30 the previous evening, and therefore it is quite possible that someone saw something as it was still fairly light outside. Melissa's brother and parents really want to know what happened and why. It won't bring their sister and daughter back, but it will help with the healing process. So if you know something, say something. Okay guys, so that's yet another case out of Indiana. Yet another woman who died under mysterious circumstances. Yet another case of a dead female which had not been solved. I know that the murder rate in many countries are extremely high or are very high. But again, I'm reiterating that the area I'm covering in Indiana is relatively, compared to say Washington State and others, relatively small. And therefore the high rate of homicide and missing people is, as far as I'm concerned, slightly out of the ordinary. The percentages are just a little too high. So that is exactly why I'm paying attention to it, because once again we have Richard Allen awaiting trial, but how many others are there still walking around freely who had committed equally horrifying crimes? Okay, so that's it from me for today. I'll meet you back here as soon as I can. So until then, please take good care of yourselves and each other. Bye.